Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dimas Gilang Ramadan. I'm here as a party which counter the motion and will express my opinion. The first, undemocratic and exclusionary, requiring a political competence test undermines the core principle of democracy, that any citizen, regardless of background or education, has the right to run for public office. Imposing such a test could unfairly include marginalized group or those who lack access to formal education but possess strong leadership skills and community support. The second, would decide what competence is. The criteria for political competence are highly subjective and could be manipulated by those in power to serve their own interests. This creates room for political bias, corruption, and gatekeeping, turning the system into an elite group rather than a representative institution. The third, real competence is proven through elections, not tests. Voters are the best judge of a candidate's competence. Campaigns, debates, and public engagement are already mechanisms through which candidates demonstrate their ability to lead. Introducing a formal test implies that voters cannot make informed decisions, which is both patronizing and dangerous. The fourth, risk of discrimination and bias. Tests often carry cultural, social, or linguistic bias. Candidates from rural areas, indigenous communities, or different educational backgrounds may be unfairly disadvantaged, even if they are more in touch with the needs of their constituents. The fifth, slippery slope toward authoritarianism. Once you start filtering who can run for office based on a test, it opens the door to more authoritarian policy. Today, it's a competent test. Tomorrow, it could be loyalty odds, ideological screenings, or other restrictive measures. The sixth, high rise of abuse by those in power. A political competence test could be weaponized by ruling parties to eliminate political opponents. Those in power may design the test content to favor their allies and exclude critical or opposition voice, undermining fair political competition. 7. Politics is not just theory, it's empathy and life experience. Being a good leader requires more than political knowledge. Empathy, integrity, and real-world experience are just important. Many great leaders didn't have formal political training, but led effectively because they truly understood their communities. The eighth, passing a test does not guarantee good leadership. Someone might excel in theory but fail in practice. We've seen many qualified leaders who are corrupt, disconnected, or ineffective. On the other hand, some grassroots leaders with minimal formal education have brought real change and inspired communities. The need, increased administrative burden and cost. Implementing and regulating such a test work requires significant resources, time, money, and manpower. It could also lead to legal disputes from candidates who fail or feel unfairly treated, slowing down the democratic process. 10. Could reduce public political participation. If running for office becomes too technical or exclusive, it may discourage ordinary citizens from participating. This is dangerous for democracy, which thrives when the barrier to entry is low and everyone feels empowered to lead. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.